Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swaminiti Namini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadambakhyam Dadati Svapadamtikam Vandeham Sri Guru Shri Utapadakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakagana Raghunadanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sakagana Lalita Sri Visakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpati Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavanishwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarvyascha Kripa Sindhubhye Vachapatitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Isvaraga Paramaha Krishnaga Satchidananda Vigraga Anadi Radhir Govindaga Sarva Karana Karanam Om Tat Sat Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the knowledge which can be joyfully, very joyfully performed, and which is the time-tested knowledge, everlasting knowledge. So, there is Susukam Kartum Avyayam. So, in Bhagavad Gita, by Krishna's causeless mercy, we are understanding that we are going to be freed from the modes of nature. Because we are studying Bhagavad Gita. Since we have faith on Bhagavad Gita, we are studying and understanding and getting this knowledge. This knowledge is enough. This Bhagavad Gita knowledge, the fire of knowledge, the lamp of knowledge, the eyes of knowledge, the weapon of knowledge, so the boat of knowledge, like Jnana Agni, Jnana Deepa, and Jnana Chakshusha, and Jnana Asyanaga, and Jnana Plavenaiva. So like that, Krishna is saying this Bhagavad Gita is the knowledge which is going to, it is the boat of knowledge using which we are going to cross beyond this ocean of material miseries. Jnana Plavenaiva Vrijanam Santarisya. So when we get this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, that means there is nothing like when we get this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. As far as we are concerned, we are already getting this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. We are already understanding this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. So that's why we are now devotees of Krishna. We have full faith on Krishna. But unfortunately, because we are in this material world, we are surrounded by materialistic people. So it's very hard, it's very difficult for us to completely detach from everything, but it is definitely going to happen because Krishna is going to help us. Krishna is helping us. So by His mercy, by Krishna's causeless mercy, so we will be able to completely detach from everything. That's going to happen. By Krishna's causeless mercy, it is going to happen. So when we are freed, that means we are not going to think about anything else in this material. The reason is that because we will be freed only when we are thinking completely about Krishna. So when we are focusing our mind only on Krishna fully all the time, That's why we started this 7th chapter, that Maya Sakta Managapata. Krishna started with that very first line, that by completely fixing your mind upon me. So that's what is very important. We need to fix our mind upon Krishna completely, fully. So that means we have to withdraw from all our materialistic engagements. We have to stop. That's very important. Otherwise, how are we going to fully focus our mind on Krishna? So that means we should not be having any interest in this materialistic things. But we will gain everything to use it in Krishna's service, because that will help us to spread Krishna's message. For example, when I got education, so now with education, with materialistic education, of course, but we are able to understand very well the difference between body and soul. That is very important. It's very easy to understand. So we understand that this body is just a machine. With the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna simply says that this is yantra. Yantra means it's a machine. This body is yantra. And we understand that the soul doesn't mix with the body. So that way we are not the body, we are the soul, but the soul is beyond the matter. So we cannot perceive the soul with our senses, which are made up of matter. That we need to understand. Our senses are made up of matter. So with such material senses, we cannot perceive Krishna or the soul. The soul or the super soul. But we have to understand about the effect. We are able to think, we are able to plan, we are able to act, all such things. That is because the soul is there. If the soul is not there, then why each and every individual is different? If it is simply made up of matter, if our body, if everything is only completely matter, then is it that a particular combination of that matter is making each and every body to think differently? That is stupid. We know that. So, there is something different in this body that is thinking differently. So, every individual is different. Every individual is behaving differently. So, we need to understand that we are not the body, we are the soul. And because of that reason, we are behaving differently. Not everybody, everyone has the same desires. So everyone has their own likes and dislikes. They are not the same, completely different. Even identical twins. Identical twins, they look same, everything, genetically they are the same, but their thinking, their behaviors are completely different. We need to understand. So, that means there is something different in the body, which is not the body. That is the soul. We need to understand. So, with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita only, we can understand, we will be able to see the soul. Somebody look at the soul as amazing, someone will describe the soul as amazing, and someone hear about the soul as amazing, and someone, even after hearing about the soul, they don't understand it at all. Ascharyavat pasyati kaschitenam, ascharyavat vadati tataiva chanyaga, ascharyavat chainam anya shrunoti, srutvapyenam vedana chaiva kaschit. Everything is Ascharya. But for us, with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, everything is very, very, very clear. We understand. We are not the body, we are the soul. Vasamsi jenani yata vigaya navani grignati naro parani. Tata sarirani vigaya jenani anyani samyati navani de. As long as this body works, we can be inside this body. When this body is killed, when this body is destroyed, we have to get a new body. So this body is like a dress for the soul. So for the body, we are wearing dresses. We go to shop, we will buy new dress, all such things. So we will change. So like that, for the soul is changing the body. So that's what we need to understand. So with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, with the Jnana Chakshusha, we will be able to see that we are not the body, we are the soul, and we will be able to see that we are controlled by the three modes of material nature, and we are trying to enjoy this material well because under the spell of the modes of material nature. Utramantam sitam vapi bunjanam va gunanvitam vimudana pasyanti jnana chakshusha. How we give up one body and get another body. Utramantam sitam vapi. While giving up our body or while situated in the same body. So while staying in the same body, sitam vapi. And enjoying under the control of the modes of nature. Bunjana va gunanvitam. Vimudana pasyanti jnana chakshushaga. A fool cannot see all these things. Only a person with the eyes of knowledge can see. Vimudana pasyanti jnana chakshushaga. So we are getting that eyes of knowledge. We now know that with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is in each and every, not only this everybody, Krishna is in every planet, and under the control of Krishna, they are staying in orbit. Gama visya bhutani dharayami aham ojasa. So Gama visya. So I enter into the each and every planet. So and by my energy, they stay in orbit. Dharayami aham ojasa. Tushnami chausadigi sarvaga somo bhutva rasatmaka. And being the light from the moon, I supply the juice to the fruits and vegetables. That's what Krishna is teaching. So that way, Krishna, our Lord, Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna, is everything. So we just have to have this knowledge all the time. That is the main thing. We should not forget. If we forget and get ourselves attached to material well, then we are binding ourselves to this material world. We are getting entangled to this material world. That should not happen. We should stop it. We should stop such things happening in our life. We should not get ourselves more and more entangled in this material world. We should try to free ourselves from this material world, and that is simply possible by doing everything as an offering unto Krishna, everything as yajna. So, we have to do everything for Krishna. Brahmanadaya karmani sangam tyaktva karotya. So, Brahmanadaya. So, for Brahman. So, for Krishna. So, we need to do everything. Brahmanadaya karmani sangam tyaktva karotya. So, that means we need to give up the attachment to the results. If we do that, then lipyatena sapapena padma padram ivambasa. So then we won't be bound to any sins. Like a lotus leaf is untouched by water. Padma patram ivambasha. So like a lotus leaf which is untouched by water, similarly we will not be touched by the sins. So that's why lipyatena sapapena. When that happens, when we surrender everything to Krishna, when we do everything for Krishna, then nothing is going to bind us. That is the way we need to act. That is the way we need to do everything for Krishna, Brahmanadaya karma. Sarva karmani manasa sanyasyaste sukham vashi. So, if you are able to renounce all the activities mentally, not physically. So mentally, if we are able to renounce all the activities, then we will be able to live very happily. Sukham vashi. In this body, Navadvarapuram. Navadvarapuram means a body which is a city of 9 gates. So we can live happily if we are able to renounce all the activities mentally. How that is going to happen? That can happen only if our mind is always focusing on Krishna. If we remember Krishna all the time, then mentally we will be able to renounce all the activities. Because we can offer everything to Krishna. That means we should think that we are doing it for Krishna. That's what mentally renouncing all the actions means. We should think that each and every activity we are doing it for Krishna only. Not for anyone else, not to please anyone else, not to satisfy anyone else. Everything we are doing, we should do only to satisfy the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. That's how we should think. If you think like that, we are safe. Mentally. Then that means we are not bound by the sins. Lipyate nasa papen. We are not bound by the sins. Atmavantam na karmani nibandhanti dhananjaya. So if we do everything for Krishna, so if we are not attached to the results of the activities, then Atmavantam na karmani nibandhanti dhananjaya. Then no action is going to bind us. That's what Krishna is saying. So if we are doing everything for Krishna, then we are safe. Nirasiki yatha chittatma tyakta sarva parigraha sariram kevalam karma kurvan apnoti klipsu. Yadricha labha santusto dandvatito vimatsaraga samaga siddha vasiddha kritva api nani baddhyate. Nirasiki yatha chittatma tyakta sarva parigraha. So that's what we need. We should not have any desires. Tyaktva karma pala sangam nitya tripto nirashega karmani abhipravrittopi naiva kinchit karoti. So like that, Krishna is teaching how we should do. If we do like this, then nothing is going to bind us. Then nothing is going to affect us. So that's how we need to do all our activities. Everything only for Krishna. Then there is no reaction. Then there is no problem. So that's what is going to happen. With the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we will be doing everything only for Krishna. So that means we are not going to be bound by our actions. That is the secret we need to understand. Before time runs out, we need to do. We should not be thinking that I have this work, that work, and even after retirement, even after then focusing on the grandchildren, and then getting attached and focused on their welfare. No, it's not good. We have to focus only on Krishna. That's what is very important. We need to focus our mind only on Krishna and give up all the attachments as early as possible, as soon as possible. So that means we need to plan our life like that. We need to design, we need to plan our life that all the time should be available only to remember Krishna, only to serve Krishna. We should not be thinking or worrying about anything else in this world. So just give up everything, just leave everything to Krishna and fully surrender unto Krishna and do everything for Krishna. That can happen only with this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. So by Krishna's mercy, we have successfully finished 14 shlokas in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So what we studied until now. So Krishna is teaching in the 7th chapter. So there is the knowledge of the absolute. So Krishna is giving us the complete knowledge about himself. Tribir gunamaye bhavai yebhigi sarvamidam jagat mohitam nabijanati mamye vyaga param avyayam. So Tribir Gunamaya Bhave. So three gunas, three forms of gunas. So this whole world, Sarvamidam Jagat, this entire world is deluded, bewildered by these three forms of gunas. So they don't know me. I am who is above the modes of nature. Param Avyams. Because we are under the modes of nature. So Krishna is above the modes of nature. That's why we don't know Krishna. Deluded by the three modes, goodness, passion, and ignorance, the whole world does not know me, who am above the modes and inexhaustible. So then in the next sloka, what we studied yesterday, Krishna is continuing. Devikesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya mam evaye prabatyante maya metam tarantite. Devikesha gunamayi mama maya duratya. So this my maya, Mama Maya, my Maya is divine in nature and it is very difficult to overcome. Devigi yasa gunamai, Mama Maya duratya. Mam evaye pravatyante maya metam tarantite. Anyone who surrenders unto me, they can get freed from Maya. It's very difficult to overcome, but if anyone who surrenders unto me, Mam evaye pravatyante maya metam tarantite. This divine energy of mind consisting of the three modes of material nature is difficult to overcome, but those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. So we are surrendering unto Krishna, so then it's easy for us to cross beyond the modes of nature. Then in the 15th sloka, Krishna is continuing in the 7th chapter. Namam duskritino mudaha Prabatyam te naradamaga Mayaya prakrita jnana asuram bhavam ashita. Those fools who are miscreants and the lowest among mankind, duskritno, miscreants, muda, fools, and the Naradama, the lowest among mankind, they don't surrender unto me. Namam prabatyante, mam na prabatyante, namam prabatyante. They don't surrender unto me. In the previous sloka, Krishna says that mam eva ye prabatyante maya metam tarantite. Anyone who surrenders unto me can be freed from Maya. But these foolish miscreants who are lowest among mankind, they don't surrender unto me. And their knowledge is stolen away by Maya. Mayaya apakrita jnana. So they partake the nature of atheistic demons. Asuram bhavam ashitaha. That's what Krishna is saying. Those miscreants who are grossly foolish, who are lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake the atheistic nature of demons, do not surrender unto me. So that's what Krishna is saying. Basically, we should not be splitting that who are foolish or who are lowest among mankind, who are stolen by illusion. So it's all together only. A fool is definitely is a lowest among mankind, all such things. So Maya, Apahrita Jnana. So that way they will not surrender. So that's what, even though in the next sloka Krishna says that 4 times, but here we need to understand that foolish miscreants who are lowest among mankind and whose knowledge is stolen by Maya, because their knowledge is stolen by Maya. So for everyone, so all the like miscreant, foolish, lowest among mankind, their knowledge is stolen by Maya. So that way we cannot say that whose knowledge is stolen by Maya as a separate thing here. So for all of them, for Duskritino Mudaka Naradamaga, so knowledge is stolen by Maya. So they will not surrender unto Krishna. Asuram Bhavam Ashita. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished the sloka number 15 in the 7th chapter. Now let us chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. We'll chant 2 rounds of mantra, which will roughly take 15 minutes. Namo Vishnu Padaya कृष्ण प्रश्राय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामी नित्य नामिने नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रश्राय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नित्य नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणे ओम ज्ञानतिमिरादस्य ज्ञानांजनशलाकया चक्षुर्मीलितमेन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम। Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare। Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. If any devotees have any questions, you can use the raise hand option. Hare Krishna. Ahuti Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
These days, I was not, regularly attending the classes, but I heard your classes, and I had a very, very schedule. I was traveling, but in all these times, I was missing the classes also when you had a busy schedule when you were in India.
Yeah.
So,
yes, at that time, I didn't have classes for almost 3 weeks.
Yes.
That is correct. Yes, Mataji. So,
Thank you,
yeah.
Guruji, for today's
Thank
class.
you. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Srinivasan Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu. Krishna's mercy. We are able to
Yeah.
continue.
Yes, yes. Sometimes I have missed also because there were some guests, important guests. I had to take care of them. But I was through YouTube. I was listening.
Yes, bro.
So
Hare Krishna. Prabhu.
yeah, it's going fine, sir.
Very nice, bro. You can follow.
Today's class
Sometimes
was
when you miss,
wonderful.
you can.
Yes, although it is very difficult to understand, but it is not to understand, but it is very difficult to digest. But
Yes,
not it will not very not very practical. But as you said, but we have to.
yes, Krishna's mercy. Yes, bro. Krishna's mercy. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. S.K. Garg Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Prabhu.
Guruji, thank you very much for a very good lecture. Wonderful lecture,
Thank you.
Guruji.
Yes,
Thank you very much. I don't have any question today. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama. Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. Mahendra Shukla Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu,
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Satsang Salam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Good
Thank you,
morning.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna
Hare
to
Krishna.
everyone.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Anita Mataji. Hare Krishna. Anita Gupta Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji, Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Pranam
Hare
Mataji.
Sorry, I am not class attend for 3 days.
No problem, Mataji. You can
Why?
follow through YouTube. Yes.
Navaratri Devi.
Oh, yeah. Yes, yes.
So,
That's why
आज
Sheila
मैंने
Mataji
class
also
attend
not
करी
able
है.
to.
हाँ.
Yes.
So, thank you so much.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Ram.
Palaniappan Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So today's sloga also was very interesting, but at the same time it is creating a very big worry in our this thing, because when we say the lowest people, miscreants are not going to surrender to Krishna, and their knowledge is stolen by Maya.
Maya.
Yes, that means the major problem for even for the one part that is out of 1,000, one only in general follow these things.
That's correct.
In 999 will come under this category.
That is
If I am right, this so living with that 999 itself is a very big problem to that one person out of 1,000. That is a thing, very, very tough time. Yeah, that is a very tough, materialistic world is so tough to live. That shows very clearly. It's very tough to live. That is why I think some people in olden days, even now also, goes as out of town to forest. That is the
Yeah.
reason.
There is a thing. There is a thing. We need to give up. There is no other way. Then only we can go to Krishna. Otherwise we have to come back. That's it.
That is the thing that came to my mind when I heard your this thing,
Yes.
explanation about this today's sloga. So anyway, we have to be strong enough remembering Krishna and live, still live in the same place. That is the
Krishna's
are
mercy is
supposed
there,
to.
Prabhu. He will help us. Krishna is going to help us.
That is the thing. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Jyoti Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you for keeping us in Krishna consciousness.
Hare Krishna.
This explanation was very nice, actually.
Yes, Mataji. Krishna's mercy.
Each soul is entirely different. Their desires, everything is different.
That's correct. That is true. They
Thank
are
you,
all.
Guruji.
Yes. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. Lakshmi Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Pranam, Guruji.
Pranam, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Mercy of Krishna, I could attend today's class, Bhagavad Gita, the everlasting knowledge, the knowledge is absolute. It is like fire, like a lamp, and like a boat taking to the other side. We are surrounded by this material world, and it is very difficult to detach from this world. Only with the surrendering to Krishna only that can be possible. And for that, we have to focus fully on Krishna all the time. And we shall stop our engagements in the external world. And we understand now the other thing today's lecture is dealt with soul and body. You told that body is like a machine and soul is inside the body. That soul cannot be pursued by material senses. Our senses, sensual organs, we cannot pursue the soul. Soul can be only that decides the identity of a person. It is different from one person to another person. Only with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita we can understand about soul. Then soul resides in a body till the death, and after that it will enter into another body. Through the eyes of knowledge we can understand soul, that is Bhagavad Gita knowledge. We should try to relieve from the material world by offering everything to Krishna. Then we will be like a water on the lotus leaf, that is detached from all material world. Then we will be happy, and we will be happy forever. We are safe also. And the other slokas already, three modes of nature derived from the divine energy of Krishna. They are Maya. It is very difficult to overcome Maya. Only to surrender Krishna is the only solution to overcome this Maya. And today's sloka, number 15, is explaining about those people who are fools, miscreants, and lower among the mankind, that is Naradamas. They don't surrender to Krishna. And they are always, their knowledge is stolen by the Maya. And they are like demons in nature, and they don't surrender to Krishna. That is given in this 15th sloka. Everything is nicely understood, no doubt. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Brinda Mataji. Hare Krishna. Subhalakshmi Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare.
Hare.
Today's class, very nice, Prabhuji.
Yes, yes, Mataji.
I have no questions.
Thank you, Mataji.
Explain is very good.
Yes,
Yes, slowly understanding that much of.
yeah, by Krishna's mercy.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna. Sumati Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you. Thank you for a wonderful class, Guruji. And very nice to hear that every soul is different, but the goal of every soul has to be the same. Even though, even though there are so many dissimilarities between each soul, but the final this thing to surrender unto Krishna should be the main goal of all.
That should be very important. Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you for the class, Guruji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna to everyone.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Aruna Devi Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Pranam Prabhuji.
Pranam
Thank you for
Mataji.
the class, Prabhuji. I am daily listening your teachings and trying to understand Bhagavad Gita and chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra.
Yes.
I am very happy feeling now, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Definitely.
I am eagerly waiting for your class daily, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Krishna's mercy.
With your teachings,
Yeah.
Krishna Bhakti is improving in me, Prabhuji. Thank you,
That is
Prabhuji.
correct. Knowledge gives
Knowledge.
us Krishna.
Trying to understand my best, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranam, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Pranam Mataji. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. Brinda Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the class. It's really nice to know again and again what all benefits we get if we just surrender to Krishna, Guruji. Yes. And I am reading along with your class sometimes in the daytime. Again, the synopsis, hearing sometimes your YouTube. So that becomes like a revision. Yes, Guruji. Thank you so much for all your efforts, for all your encouragement. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Ram. Mohanan Mataji. Mohanan Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Mani Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna. Pranam Prabhu.
Pranam. Nandri for today's class.
Yes.
So, very nicely things are explained. We have the sloga itself very exploring and investigating state. So the fine example is even a twin child, they behave differently, think differently. Their mind goes in a different direction because of bonding with the materialistic life. So it's very true. The soul is very, very identical. So you cannot differentiate when you go to Krishna consciousness or understanding the Bhagavad Gita. So Balakrishna Guruji is not different, Mani Prabhu is not different, or Mohanan Prabhu is not different, others are not different. All are identical. Why? Because the soul goes towards Krishna's consciousness through a thorough knowledge of Bhagavad Gita with the Krishna dedication, surrender. So we will think identical. So there is no difference. It is very, very, very nicely explained in this sloga.
Yes.
And mostly what is happening is we are always outward. I mean, we don't look inside. So inside, everything is there. You will see Antarctica, you will see Arctica, everything, Australia, London, everything within yourself. The way you think with a Krishna knowledge and with intelligence, you will realize many things within yourself. It is not outside. Nothing is outside. That is what Bhagavad Gita is giving very, very clean explanation. As Pannipan Prabhu also has expressed himself that in this sloka, the lower segment doesn't get of benefits. Why? Because the diameter radius is recycling and recycling within itself. So you may be upgraded or promoted, but if you don't surrender to Krishna, you will be recycling and recycling. So you are not different from plastic, because plastic is it is goes on. It never ends. Like that, our life cycle also will go on cycling, recycling, and you will have 10 apartments, you will have a Mercedes cars, everything will be there. Every time you will take birth and evolve yourself, but you will not realize the Krishna. So that is the the teaching from Bhagavad Gita. So if you want to really promote yourself or upgrade yourself, you try to understand my Bhagavad Gita and come to me. That is what Krishna is very, 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 very clearly stating himself. So we have to realize and we have to go towards that. So thank you, Guruji. We have very nice class today, and a nice explanation. That means even the color, the thinking, nature, everything is divided into the classes, the 3 category classes. So Americans are not different, money is not different, all are same only. Maybe the color is different, but thinking is same only. So everything is very, very clearly stated. Only thing is we have to understand through devotion, with dedication, with involvement. If we do that, our Goloka is permanent seat we will get. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam Prabhu, Pranam Prabhu.
Sorry Guruji, I was little busy, that's the reason.
No problem.
I couldn't attend it completely also. And
Yes.
thank you so much for the class, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Guruji.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Manoranjan Sagu Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
What are
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Wonderful class. Money provider, there is no difference. Like Tattvamasi, Shivam, Prajnanam, Brahman. So when you see the difference, that's why you are suffering. So Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. You should follow accordingly that. Really, otherwise you will be in trouble. So because of your knowledge, daily you are motivating, inspiring, enlightening us with knowledge. So you won't find any difference. Thank you, Guruji. Pranam, Guruji. Sapita Naman, Naman, Naman.
Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Sunil Shivas Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Dandavat Pranam, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Pranam, Guruji.
Pranam. Hare Krishna. Let us listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare Krishna.